I mean, I'd go as far to say it changed my life completely. I mean, going through FES and getting these opportunities that we've been talking about already. Yeah, my name is Breven Bennett. Currently, I'm a business development representative for a company called Hubspot. They're based out of Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, for me, wanting to get into front end, ultimately, it came down to the fact that a lot of folks get to work remotely. Like, there's a lot of flexibility in the hours, as well as, the pay was better than what I was doing at the time. I went to uni for a bit, didn't quite work out with what I wanted long term, so I kind of started looking for other alternatives. Post-university is when I started getting into FES, and I was actually working full-time as a bartender. So that was basically what I was doing. It wasn't something I was trying to do long-term, just paying the bill as well as figuring out what I wanted as a career. First starting FES, I mean, the only hesitations I had was within myself to, stay disciplined and consistent on it. I knew that's what it came down to. I mean, talking with David originally and some of the other guys that had found success, it wasn't an if, it was just a matter of, putting the work in and being diligent about it. So once I fully committed, I think I even signed up on a monthly basis for a while, but once I committed to the boot camp and put the financial investment in, I got it done. So the course, for someone with minimal background, I wouldn't say it was super easy, but I also didn't think it was really hard. It was laid out in a way that it broke everything down. There was coursework where it would teach you one thing at a time, each video, HTML or CSS, and then once you kind of got your feet under you, you got to work on some nice projects, which was kind of cool to break it up into not just learning the concepts, but you got to apply it right away. And later on, there were some internships, so basically building out full-scale applications that you could later then use on your resume. So it kind of came full circle to applying what you learned over the entirety of the course. There's a couple that they had on there when I was going through it. One of them was an NFT website, so you kind of get to play around and learn what it's like to, be in a code base at a real company. So you're kind of playing around with that, getting the feel for it using, Git and GitHub, which is something that I don't think a lot of other courses would necessarily do. They're kind of just showing you how to code, but they're not showing you what it'll be like when you're on a team of other developers. So that was pretty interesting, and, it made it easier when I transitioned into the actual job. So the job that I ended up landing right after I finished up the course and started applying, it was called TSP Consulting, and it was kind of they were contracted out to work for different banks or mortgage lenders and things like that. So we build out those types of applications. In the course, it kind of shows you how to, set up your LinkedIn and your resume and just make yourself look like a presentable, developer so that you can have the opportunity to even land a job or get an interview in the first place. So kind of going through that and meeting with the mentors that I had, they really set me up for success and to even have a chance. When it comes to, the mentors, it's obviously just another set of eyes, and also they've probably been in your shoes before. So it was pretty nice getting, insight from them to kind of figure out, how to progress on this path and ultimately land a job like everybody wants to do. So yeah, I'd say it was super helpful. I enjoyed my front-end development work at TSP, but I had ended up talking with a buddy of mine who was an engineer, and he transitioned into engineering sales from mechanical engineering. So we kind of got to chatting about that, and it seemed like kind of meshing the best of both worlds, getting to have a technical background, but also having a more customer-facing role, getting to talk to people, which I felt aligned a little more with my personality. But I ultimately think my background as a developer and the foundation I built at FES is what helped me land that role in the first place, because without it, I don't know if that would have been a legitimate opportunity for me. I'd say the best part of my current role is it's at a pretty big company, and they have a lot of resources and training and development, as well as career progression. As far as impact on my personal life, I mean, I'd go as far to say it changed my life completely. I mean, going through FES and getting these opportunities that we've been talking about already, I mean, it's allowed me to have more flexibility in my life, spend more time with my family, spend more time on the things that I want to do outside of work. Remote work obviously does that, and then it's put me on a path to, financial independence as well. I'm completely out of debt, which is great, and don't think it would have been possible if I hadn't, put the work in and found FES and them helped me out. Would I recommend FES? Short answer, absolutely. It really did help me get to a point in my life that I wanted to be at, but I was able to do it without, a college degree. As long as you can show that you're competent in development, they'll usually hire you. It's just whether or not you can make yourself a good candidate, which FES sets you up to do. As for who do I think it's for? I think it's for anybody that wants to work hard and wants to, be compensated appropriately for their hard work. That's what I think development has to offer. So if you are willing to put the work in, be consistent, be disciplined, and, not just get discouraged if you do hit a few road bumps along the way. Like, it took me 7 months to finish the course. I was working full time. I was taking care of my mom a bit. It's not going to be 6 weeks for everybody, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try it out, because it can absolutely change your life. I even referred a friend of mine who was a bartender as well, and he's going through it at the moment, and he's loving it.